What game to play? Oh, Marvel's Midnight Suns. This could be interesting. Alright, I can't wait to play this game. We needed a good Marvel game after the last one, which we don't talk about. Oh, this looks pretty good. And oh my god, dear lord, who are you? And why? Holy mother of pearl, this game runs like molasses. Well, at least there aren't any microtransactions. No! Oh man, where do I even begin with Marvel Midnight Suns? This game had so much potential to be amazing. It had extensive lore, great gameplay, and interesting dialogue. Midnight Suns has all of the ingredients to make a great game. Hell, even an amazing game. But there are so many problems that this game has that really ruin the experience of an otherwise good game. And if this game were made by a small indie studio, then maybe I could have forgiven these issues. But no, this game was developed by Firaxis Studios, who also made the beloved XCOM series. And they were backed by 2K Games. So this project has some AAA money going into it, but I don't think they had the time and possibly the talent to fully realize the potential of this game. First of all, I'm going to talk about the most noticeable thing in Marvel Midnight Suns, the graphics. My only question is, what the hell happened? I mean, like, just look at this. These character models are so ugly. I've seen PS3 games look better than this. Thankfully, some of the other character models look decent, but unfortunately not all of them do, because they have absolutely butchered Tony Stark. I'm sorry to all the Iron Man fans out there, but I mean, like, look at this guy. He looks like he belongs on a sex offenders list. Like, why does he have a pedo stash? Who in their right mind looked at this and thought, yep, this is fine? And not only that, but all the character models look like robots. They remind me a lot of the Mass Effect Andromeda NPCs.
Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything.
They don't convey any emotions when they talk. Their face just moves a little bit, but that's it. And it's not like the worst graphics allowed the game to run better, because it still ran horribly, pretty much to unplayable levels. Yeah, this game had some serious technical issues that I cannot let slide, and usually I don't really harp on technical issues too much because I feel like I have a really high tolerance for bugs and glitches. But dear god, the stuttering and lag in this game has literally made this game unplayable. I was playing the releases review a couple weeks earlier, but Midnight Suns was stuttering so bad to the point where I couldn't even progress through the game. I've seen PowerPoint presentations that ran smoother than this abomination on release. I had to wait till the 9th of this month, a week after release, for the developers to put out a 25GB patch that fixes most of the stuttering and lag so I could actually play the game. Mind you, it didn't fix all of it, as the last mission still ran slower than a three-legged horse. But for the most part, the game was stable enough to play through after the patch. Unfortunately though, the patch did fix all of the bugs because the game was still very buggy. And I'm not talking about small visual bugs, I'm talking about the bugs that legitimately affected gameplay.
Now we're doing this. You don't have to show off for me, Blade.
And these bugs were so common, like every other mission there's something that would bug out, but eventually I just had to get used to it. Unfortunately, I also had to get used to the microtransactions that Midnight Suns had. That's right, this game has microtransactions because of course it does, why wouldn't it? Leave it to 2K Games to force Firaxis to add a premium currency to a single player game. Good job 2K. Thankfully though, the microtransactions aren't pushed onto us that much and they're just kind of there. And it sucks too because some of these costumes are really cool and it would have been awesome if we could have somehow unlocked these costumes for free. But despite all these problems that Midnight Suns has, I don't think it's a bad game. Yeah, I know, I spent the last half of the video absolutely shitting on this game. But under all of the muck and grime, there's actually a pretty fun and interesting game. This game just needed a little bit more time in the oven for polishing. Let me explain why I think that this game is not actually as bad as I made it sound in the beginning. First of all, the gameplay is pretty good. If you didn't know, Midnight Suns is a turn-based tactical strategy game in the same vein as XCOM with some card game mechanics mixed in, and I am a sucker for card games. So to me, this is a pretty cool concept. Every hero has some unique mechanical role that interacts with other characters and or the environment, and this adds another layer of complexity to the gameplay. And I love how it's so simple to understand, but it adds so much depth to this game. And not only do the heroes have unique characteristics about them, but you can also customize their decks to fit your intended playstyle. Now combine your hero abilities with the enemy abilities, with the environment hazards, with the mission objective, and it all comes together amazingly without being too confusing or convoluted. Now it's pretty easy to tell that I like the gameplay of Midnight Suns, but I also really like the story of the game. Basically, the synopsis of this game is that you play as the Hunter, an ancient demon hunter that perished 3 centuries ago in order to save the world. Fast forward to modern day and a big bad villain emerges named Lilith who wants to resurrect an ancient deity of destruction and destroy the world. And in order to stop this impending doom, the Hunter was resurrected in order to team up with the Midnight Suns and Avengers in order to stop Lilith. Now the story itself is pretty standard for a superhero game, but it's the lore and character dialogue that really connected me with this game. And this game is just full of lore and dialogue. I would say that most of my time playing this game, I'm in a dialogue with another hero. And I love how the developers add this exhaustive amount of dialogue that humanizes each and every one of the heroes. Well, I'm not out on the field beating up Hydra goons, I'm in the Abbey mingling with the team, learning about their backgrounds, desires, goals, or just chilling out with them. And this adds a much appreciated layer of humanity to these characters, instead of just making them a stock standard caricature of the hero. I just loved learning more about the lesser known heroes like Nico Minoru, Blade, Robbie Reyes, and even the more known heroes have their own stories to tell, making these demon hunting, god slaying superheroes no more than just regular people with their own doubts and struggles who happen to have the burden of the fate of the world dropped onto their shoulders. And I love the connection that we get to make with each and every one of the heroes in the roster. I should probably wrap this video up before I start rambling on. Marvel Midnight Suns is a pretty fun turn-based tactical strategy game that has multiple layers of complexity without ever becoming confusing or tiring. Couple this good gameplay with interesting characters and dialogue, and this game should have been a hit. But it wasn't. The combination of the dated graphics that make PS3 games look next gen, the god-awful technical issues, and the microtransactions injected into this single player game just make me really disappointed in what this game could have been. I'm not mad, just disappointed. And because of that, I can't recommend Marvel Midnight Suns at full price, even if you're a fan of Marvel and XCOM. If you want to get this game, I would get this game on sale for about $40, because this isn't a bad game, it's just really unpolished. And that's it for this review. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more reviews in the future. See ya.